We have an incredible, incredible makeup artist here with me today. I can't even believe it. I was fangirling all day. This is Rosemarie Swift. Let's welcome her. Let's welcome her.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Hey, Gabby.
Hey, Rosemarie. It's so nice to have you. I already told you backstage that I am such a huge fan of your body of work and your whole career and how you've evolved to be a brand owner. That is not easy. You are the owner of RMS Beauty. It's become one of my favorite beauty brands. I just discovered it this year. I did a whole kind of first impressions try on video, fell in love with it. And now I use the blush every single day in my tie.
Wow.
I use the bronzer. This is the best bronzer I've ever used in my life. I'm not even kidding.
I agree 100% on that. And I'm taking full responsibility for creating that product.
It's crazy because it's luminous without being sparkly. It's glowy without being oily. It's just it's an incredible product. And I can say that about all of the products. We're going to get into it, but let's learn a little bit about you first. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your path in this industry, how it all started.
Well, I'm a fellow Canadian. For you guys that don't know, I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I also lived in Toronto for a long, long time. And I ended up just becoming a makeup artist. And I said to my sister, what should I do? She goes, why don't you become a makeup artist? I said, oh, okay. And I just picked up makeup brushes and started doing my thing and traveling around. And it's kind of, I have to admit, I never really thought, oh, I want to be a makeup artist. It just kind of fell into my hands. And I ended up first in Miami, actually, where I was catalog queen down there. Because if you worked in Miami, you were a catalog queen, where you were regarded as like, ooh, a Miami catalog queen.
Which catalog did you do? I was on the catalog train for a long time too. Sears was the biggest one. I did it almost every day for like 4 years.
Oh, well, it's so funny. I never did any of the American ones when I was down there. I did all the Europeans. Like all those companies from England, from Germany, from France and Italy. I can't even remember the names. That was years ago. I've been in this business a long time, sweetheart. I'm going to be 70 in February. So, I forget all of these catalogs, but a lot of big ones were, I've worked with some huge models, just when I was a catalog queen and then ended up moving to New York. I'm going to start off right with a really good story. When I was in New York, I got a job in a catalog called Tweeds. It's not even there anymore. And I remember we had a young model coming in and, she comes in, she's very bubbly and sweet. And I look at her and we're bored because we had nothing to do for a while. So I said, look, I do astrology. Let's do your chart. She said, oh, okay. And she gives me where she's born, her time and all that. And I look at her and I said, my darling, you are going to be so rich and famous, you have no idea. And she goes, oh, no, I don't even speak English. It was Giselle.
No way.
Yes. 3 years later, because I was a catalog queen, so obviously I wasn't getting hired to do Stephen Meisel and for American or for Italian Vogue. And I remember seeing her 3 years later on the street. And I heard her go, she yelled out, Rosie, Rosie, because she's always called me Rosie. And I turned around to my friend. I go, oh, my God, Giselle, I only worked with her that one time, right? She comes running over and she goes, Rosie, Rosie, I remember you. And I remember you did my chart. And you told me I'd have so much money. And she said, I have so much money. I don't even have to work again in my life. And she was only 18 at the time.
What? That is the craziest story ever.
It's a great story. And then when I hang out with her, she always says, Rosie, do this, tell the story and do my accent again. Because she loves it when I go, oh, no, I don't even speak English.
That is so funny.
I just, I went to New York. I started doing catalog again because I had a, nice catalog portfolio. I was very lucky. I got into the top agency there at the time, which was Streeters. And I started getting a lot of jobs. And I think it's because I got a lot of editorial and I had a very creative eye for the editorial. And I was known for having beautiful skin, not my skin, but creating beautiful skin on the models. I was not a makeup gobber-oner, nor was I, paint by number catalog book. You know what I mean? And so, I just kept getting all these jobs and people, I remember a few people saying, how's she getting all these jobs? And I don't know. I think it was luck. I think the universe set out for me to do something like that in order for me to create a clean brand and change the industry. Yes. And I remember doing Victoria's Secret, Giselle brought me on to Victoria's Secret. I would put on their skin, because I was a raw foodist. I was always into health. And I would put
Yeah.
on their skin, I'd put jojoba oil rather than Vaseline in that, and their skin would look beautiful. And I noticed that why does their body look so fabulous in this light and on the monitor, and the face looks as a whole different thing going on.
Yeah.
And so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to start creating products that because of guilt. I felt guilty putting all that chemical stuff on these girls. They would look better when they walked into the studio than after all this stuff was put on them.
Yeah.
I'm going back years, guys. I'm not saying all the new stuff is, much better, but, going back years, it was pretty heavy. Foundation had too much pink in it back in the day. Everybody hated that pink thing. So, that's what happened. And before I knew it, it's like, oh my God, I'm getting all these big jobs, and, I'm creating a brand at the same time, and, big models are promoting me, which was like fantastic. How could, I really totally lucked out. But I think it was because of me having to do a brand. I don't think it was because I was the best makeup artist in the world. I think it's just because I was doing the brand, and I think it really was giving something to the future of our skin and our health and our beauty.
I feel this in my soul, because not even that long ago, about 10 years ago, I worked on the shopping channel all the time as a makeup artist for the makeup brands that would sell. Yeah. And even only 10 years ago, I remember we would put the makeup on the models, and we would be incessantly touching it up, so that as soon as they were like, the camera would pan out, we would be like blending in, because then it would pan back. And it was super close up. You could see everything. And the makeup over the day would crack. It would dry. And these beautiful women, these beautiful models that were on camera, I do have to admit that a lot of the times they looked better without makeup than after several hours.
What people don't realize is all these, cosmetic ingredients are all synthetics. How is a synthetic gonna synergistically work with your skin? Like, I don't know what chemicals are moisturizing your skin. Please, someone explain that to me this day, when I see all these super heavy duty skincare brands, and there's just all chemicals in it. What is moisturizing your skin? And what happens is you get these layers, it separates, because the skin is literally not making love to that synthetic ingredient. It's like going, whoa, whoa, whoa. You want something that's conducive. It's like eating a healthy salad, not some microwave, chip or something like that. And, and people don't realize it sits and floats around. Then you see makeup artists patting it all out, trying to make it all even. No, you got to rub it in. It's got to make love to the skin. Do big brows and do contour and heavy duty painted in lips, but the skin always has to look beautiful. And if any of you there want to be big makeup artists, I'm telling you, you want to become a big makeup artist, you learn to master doing beautiful skin. They don't want to see a big caked up thing with everything drawn in paint by number. They're not going to like that. You're
absolutely right. Skin is the most important part of the whole thing. If the skin is beautiful, everything else doesn't even really matter. Then it's just icing on the cake.
Look at you right now. Your skin looks beautiful and glowing, and so does your décolleté down the front here. And that's how it should be. And it's funny, I would see people, they're like, their skin here is looking beautiful, and then you get up to their face, it's like a line is here, and all of a sudden there's a whole different thing going on. You want this beautiful glow to go all the way up. And I learned all this from doing Victoria's Secret for 10 million years with all those girls, because you can see it all. The lighting was critical. You're shooting in light, in sunlight sometimes, and then they're changing and putting in under a palm tree. You got different light. That foundation and everything has to look exactly the same, no matter what light you're in. And that's what a lot of makeup products can't do. It's changing whatever light you're going in.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, we know. And we're watching you guys, how you're doing your makeup.
This is exactly, oh my gosh, this is so, yes, I feel you. Okay, not to change the subject, but I need to tell everyone, because in exactly 3 minutes, there's going to be an alarm, because at 6:15, at 6:30, and at 6:42, we are doing giveaways. So you guys want to stick around for the whole live stream, because you have a chance to win this giveaway. It's the Soirée set. So Rosemary, before we win the giveaway, can you explain what they're going to win?
Okay, number one is this beautiful velvet bag with a drawstring, a beautiful rope on it. We didn't play around. This is not some cheapy thing, guys. Just so you know, we don't do cheapy things. They don't exist in RMS Beauty land. And also, okay, now one of my favorite, well, it is my favorite product ever, is the beauty oil with the Kakadu Plum Beauty Oil. And just a quick little thing, why do I use Cockatoo Plum? Because it has the highest levels of natural vitamin C of any oil in the world. It makes rosehip look like kids play, and it's quite stable. Like a lot of times when you look at a product, the first, when you'll see vitamin C, turn it around, look at it, and it'll be in brackets ascorbic acid that's genetically modified, either sugar beets or corn. And it's very unstable. That's why all the chemicals to stabilize it. Get it pure in its natural form, like eating good, healthy food or having a green salad works the same. And there's also adaptogenic herbs in here that help balance the skin for anybody with skin irritation or problems. And then there's also, this is the Pinot, right? Pinot. Oh my God, I don't drink, so I so I'm like, what is that? Pinot? Pinot? Pinot. It's a very chic wine colored hit for the cheeks. Goes on really easy. Now, let me tell you something about blush. When it's in cream form, it looks more beautiful on the skin. It always looks beautiful because it's an oil. It's conducive to the skin. It blends in beautifully and it looks very youthful. The next product we did also that's in here is the champagne. Is that the bell that's going off? Am I supposed to keep talking?
Baby. You guys are about to win. Get ready.
Oh, someone's going to win? You're going to win a luminizer?
Okay, I know that we have to pop up the winner, but tell me about liquid luminizer or living luminizer while I put mine on, because this product is insane.
Well, this put me on the map because this is what I created for Victoria's Secret. This one is a different color than my original. This one has a little bit more of an opaqueness and a slight little warm champagne-y peach to it. Yeah. And no, I shouldn't say peach. Pink. Pink is a better color than peach. But it just lets the light catch the face and it makes the beautiful skin. It's like lit from within, or just having worked out, and you've got that beautiful glow. Actually, a massage is better to say for the glow. Or, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. That kind of, that kind of thing. And also, I love to take a little bit of it and just pop it on the center of your eyelid like that. And in the corner of your eyes too, down the center of your nose, pop it into your lipstick, or even combine these two as a lipstick or even a blush. It takes it to that more iridescent evening kind of thing.
I put
beautiful products.
I love that. Bone. See?
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Yeah, and then another little trick for people that do like a little cocktail, pop a little bit of the champagne along your knuckles, and look at that in the light. And so when you're sitting there and you're holding your glass, I did this once on a photo shoot. I had too much because I use it on the front of the model's legs to make the legs look really slim. Yeah. And what I did is I had too much, so I just put it on her hands. And then when she lifted up the purse, everybody's going, "Oh my God, what'd you do to the hands?" So I tell every store, and everybody gets all excited about putting it on your knuckles just to have that beautiful kind of look to your hands.
That's such a great idea, especially if you're working with a more mature model, if there's some dryness. Yes. Like, it's a really great way to bring light and life back without it being greasy. That's the thing. It's not greasy.
No. And the ingredients are so good in there too. I don't use cheap oils. I don't use anything cheap. And it has its purpose, and it's for reflecting light. It catches that glow. So when you go in a room with, let's say, a little bit of a golden light somewhere, like even the evening sundown, when the light's getting gold, the sunset, that's the word I'm looking for. And it gives that little hint of gold to it because it's catching the light. That's what it's about. That is what makes your skin look young. When you're all matte and dry, honey, you don't look young. You don't look youthful. You look like a dried up lake bed. Let's get some moisture in there. Let's get some reflective qualities. And that's what adds youthfulness.
You're absolutely right.
Are you ready to do the draw?
We're ready to do the draw, you guys. You know, right? Hashtag RMS Beauty. It has to be all one word, okay? The winner is Dot. Rapid fire. You ready? So for this section of the live stream, I'm going to ask Rosemarie rapid fire questions. She can only answer them in 2 sentences max, and it has to be the first thing that pops into her head. Okay, if you were stuck on a deserted island for the rest of your life and you could only have one RMS product with you, what would it be and why?
Okay, I'm gonna be really honest. I'm gonna say it's my beauty oil because not only is it perfect for moisturizing the skin, but it's really good for sunburn also. I could probably drink this too. These are so good. So I'm gonna start to death. I won't burn.
That is the best answer.
Really a little more than 2 sentences, but whatever.
You're gonna be the most hydrated, beautiful, stranded angel. If you had to choose one and only one, which model would you consider to be the most beautiful woman you've ever seen?
My memory has gone back to a time that I was doing a catalog in Miami, and everybody said, "Oh, Yasmin Gurry's the model," and she walked into the RV. I almost died.
Really? Tell me more.
Oh my God, that girl was so beautiful, and her body. You know who Yasmin Guri is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's Canadian. Actually, she's Canadian also from Montreal.
Yes.
I just freaked out because I couldn't believe how beautiful she was. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. And I ended up becoming friends with her. So we hug around a little bit back in the day. But she freaked me out. She was so beautiful. But her body, she had these beautiful, like really big shoulders, but very elegant. And it went in just like that, where her hips went out, and then where her waist went in and the hips went out again, and her long legs. Absolutely stunning.
Do you ever wonder, like when I've worked with supermodels, sometimes I wonder, like, what must life be like to be that good looking? Like, it must be so awesome.
Well, oddly enough, though, some of these girls are very unusual looking in real life.
Yeah.
Like how they look, some of them, how they look in the magazines and the editorials when we paint them up are completely different to how they really look. Like sometimes you have to take it. One girl, super famous, I walked in and I didn't even know she was the model. And I'm not going to say who it is, but she's probably one of my favorites ever. She's a Russian girl. And then when I started painting her, I'm like, oh my God, she's just kind of like full everywhere, But once I started painting her in, and I'm like, oh my God, I freaked out. So you never know. And sometimes these odd girls photograph really well, and somebody that's really, really beautiful for your eye visually doesn't photograph well. It's very strange how it works. The camera does odd things to people. Some people become magic in front of it.
It's because it's an angular thing. I think sharper angles are really impressive on camera, but sometimes they're almost aggressive in real life.
Yes.
Well,
that's a whole contour thing too, is, you see like Giselle and the lighting's up here and she's going like that. And it looks like she's all contoured like that. And everybody's copying that. That's not contour. We don't contour them. That's lighting and bone structure.
Yes.
So that's just a little something to tell you there.
So you have less than 5 minutes to get a model ready for a Vogue magazine cover. Okay. You ran late. There was a lot of traffic and now you're super screwed. The photographer's mad. What do you focus on? Which RMS products do you use?
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I am the fastest makeup artist in the world. Seriously. First thing I would do is quickly do a curl to the lashes, put some mascara on, take my beauty oil, whatever she's got on her face, I will take that and just move it around with the beauty oil and do the highlight, get a little bit of highlight in there, a little bit of uncover up just to even out underneath her eyes, and pop on a little lip and a brows. If they're young, they probably don't need a brow painted in. Pop, pop, pop. But it's all about texture. It's not about just putting a matte thing on the face. It's about texture. So when that girl moves, she's got something going on. It's not just a matte canvas that we're working with. We're working with texture and highlights so that it catches light. That's what it's all about. And that's what makes a girl look beautiful. Little like Luminizer's a winner for like a little over the bow, a little bit down the nose, a little bit in the corner of the eyes here, a little bit here, on the collarbone. And just moving in the light right there is $1 million.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So good. A slick pony and they're good to go. So Cass is asking, where can I buy all things RMS?
Okay. So we are obviously online, rmsbeauty.com, and we are in Blue Mercury's. We're in Detox Markets and Credo. We also just got into online at Ulta.com, and we're also in Nordstrom's and oh my God, there's a whole bunch more. I forget. That's not my part of the business.
I just got a message from a subscriber saying that you're also at Shoppers. Are you at Shoppers now?
I think we were at Shoppers, and I think we're doing some changes and organizing our display, but I'm not 100% sure what's happening with that because it's part of the business that I'm not really, so well versed in. I'm doing all the creative and the products and that. But I also go on QVC every once in a while, which is kind of fun. We do well on there. I'm kind of entertaining on there because I just act nutty.
I love that so much. Monica's asking, will you be on QVC again soon?
Yeah, I think coming up in the new year, yes, I will be on. But I think I'm done now till after Christmas or to the new year.
So if you guys want to buy RMS Beauty, since there's a lot of questions about that coming in on the chat right now, we have a discount code for you. Okay, and it's a really good discount code. So we'll pop that up. And then we have actually all of the links in the description of this live stream already up for you. So if you see a product that you really like, just go in the description box, click on that link. You can go in. If you use Glam Girl Gabby 20, you get 20% off site-wide. That's an amazing discount. Thank you guys so much for giving my audience that discount. That's huge.
Oh, no problem. We're so glad, honey. We're having fun here. It's great. It's great to know that people are here, you know, listening to us and laughing with us rather than being all serious. Well, you know, it's got this oil in and it's got this herb and it's going to feel real nice in your skin. I'm not going to do that to you.
No, that's not your vibe at all.
We got to make it fun. If you're here, we're here to have fun.
Totally. Oh, I love this one. Have you ever had anything go horribly wrong when you were backstage in a major fashion show or at like a big important photo shoot?
Yes. Some major ones. One in particular was I thought, you know, I did a big, huge H&M advertising campaign with two of the biggest models, and we went down to St. Lucia, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna, you know, they were, you know, completely white. They didn't have a tan or anything. I had to tan them, so I bought a new product for that, you know, some trendy product out there, and then I bought a new sunscreen. Well, let me tell you, they all of a sudden, the skin looked amazing, but all of a sudden they say, oh, let's get the hose and hose them down. Well, the foundation started running, and the cold of the water from the hose made the sunscreen turn white. I lost my mind, but I'm really smart because I'm the smartest person at figuring out what to do in an emergency. And I always, guys, listen to this. It's really important. Always have a little bit of jojoba oil or my beauty oil. And I took the oil and I rubbed it all back in. And because of the natural oil, it just blended together and nobody even knew except for the stylist. She saw me having a fit, but it was really easy to change. And that's like, don't ever try a new product on a big, huge photo shoot ever. And another one was for the shows where I was doing a big show, and one of the biggest makeup artists who was known for the heavy, heavy makeup. All her girls from her show were late because her show was late. They came running to me after, and mine was more light with hardly, you know, not very much. The designer didn't want much. And I got out my coconut oil and my jojoba oil, and I had to rub the makeup off because it stained the skin. And I was freaking out because these girls had like blue and pink and red things all over of the makeup that this girl had done. It was amazing, let me tell you. But
yes,
I didn't know what to do. These girls were like, you know, it was like, it looked like a watercolor with all these colors all in their face. I'm trying to cover it up like crazy. And my assistants are freaking out because they don't know what to do. You know, so that was a heavy duty one.
Are we done rapid fire?
Those are the rapid fire ones.
Okay, now we're getting deep. Okay, RMS Beauty is known for its minimalist, glowing, pretty girl aesthetic. That's what I said when I tried it for the first time. I was like, it is so apparent that Rosemary Smith was the Victoria's Secret Angels makeup artist, because every time I wear this makeup, I feel pretty. Like it's the pretty girl makeup, the color families, the textures, everything. So how would you define beauty, and how does that philosophy of beauty shape your brand?
Well, for me, it's all about less is more. It's all about the skin. I think the skin is so sensual, and highlighting it to catch light, but it also has to have a sophistication to it. And this is why I got heavy into some of the deeper lipstick tones and the tones of lipstick, like the legendary ones that have a stain to them. But it's all about the philosophy of less is more and making yourself just look beautiful with a little hint of sophistication. Because in a way, I don't know if it's completely pretty girl aesthetic, because you can go darker with my things too. You just have to add more. The formulations are done so you can just do a little wash of color, or you can build it up to a full amount of color and impact. Yeah. And so, you know, you do have that sophistication and elegance when you want it.
That's something that I noticed with your brand that's different, and what sets it apart from the other brands that have a similar aesthetic. Like Merit is very minimalist. I wouldn't say your brand is minimalist. It's not for the girl that doesn't want to look like they have any makeup on. It can be that. Yes. But it's like a freshness, a sexiness, a beauty, but that you can't have a pop of red lip or a really flushed cheek. You know what I mean? Like it plays with minimalism meets makeup. It's not just simple if you don't want it to be.
Well, you know, it's funny because it's very user friendly. I do everything, so I just make it so easy to use, and the ingredients are easy and they spread well and everything. But what this does is it just allows the person because I'm coming from fashion. I did, I used to do Vogue and all that stuff too. So you want to have more impact. And so I've taken that and just given it more accessibility than what a lot of brands. I'm not going too far with it, yet I'm not going too little with it. There's a crossover where it really, mutates in this beautiful sophistication and also healthy for you.
Yeah, and healthy. That's a big thing that you guys talk about too. And also sustainable, like the packaging, the sustainability. I think that's really important in today's day and age to have packaging that's
for sure
impacting the health of the planet, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our products are all concentrated, so you're not going through them every month buying a new product. These last you for a good amount of time.
RMS Beauty was one of the first brands to embrace clean beauty. I think this is really interesting that you jumped on this before it was a thing. So what inspired you to take this approach, especially before it became so popular?
Well, when I was younger, I got sick actually. And I remember I dove into paying my own money to have a really extensive testing done. And one was a urine test, a blood test, and a hair analysis. And I remember going to the lab and picking it up because I had to pay for it. Insurance didn't pay for this. And they said to me, do you work in the cosmetic industry? And I kind of like, yeah. And they said, well, we see a lot of these chemicals in cosmetics. And they weren't saying that I'm, just got everything that was wrong with me just because of cosmetics, but it's a contributor. I had barium in me, all this stuff that you normally would not just find out and about. And the list goes on and on. And then I started studying it all. And I learned so much. I did a website actually back in the day in 2004 already exposing some of the myths and the ingredients that were in the cosmetic industry, including a big deep dive on sunscreen. And unfortunately, I kind of forgot about it and I didn't pay my bill on it. So I don't know, it's kind of gone off in la la land, but it was a really good website. And, people all had read it back in the day because that was 2004. That was 20 years ago. I was already going on about this. And I just wanted to make a product that was clean. I wanted, people to be able to put on something that was conducive to their skin, like eating a healthy salad rather than eating, some microwave food. So that's where it all was inspired from. And I felt guilty putting that stuff on the young models. Those girls are beautiful. And I'm putting all these chemicals and it's like, and it's not doing them any favor because I wanted to think of long-term beauty, not just short-term beauty, quick fix and thinking, oh my God, look how great I look right now. I go, yeah, but you know what? That chemical just did to your skin to make you look great for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Because that's basically what they do.
And once you've done that damage, it's very, I always say it's a lot easier to slow down than to correct later. Once you've done all that damage, reversing it, good luck.
And mostly under the eyes. Once you start getting crepey skin under here, you're in big trouble. You got to back off from all those 24-hour wear concealers under there and thinking that you got to be masked out like a clay pot or something. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Easy. This is why our uncover up. It was called the Merle Streep of concealers because it's got that moisture, and I've won so many awards for it. So I always suggest as the skin starts to get older, or even for preventative, try our Uncover Up. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. So there is skincare inside the Uncover Up as well.
My whole brand is basically skincare meets color.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's cool how you've married the two things.
Yeah. And what's nice now too, when I started, I just had the little pots with the, the really clean product in there, but technology has really moved along. And as the brand gets bigger and bigger, you find out that people that have patents on things start coming up to you and saying, look, I got a patent on this. You want to use this? And blah, 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 blah. And new ways of formulating, like the gel to powder technology, which is in our Redimension bronzers and our blushes and our new powder. So those are all things that are amazing. It's not going to dry out your skin. If anything, it's going to make your skin look dewy and moist, and it won't dry up and cake on your skin at all.
That makes so much sense. Why that bronzer and the blush is so amazing. I didn't even know that it had. That makes so much sense, actually.
Well, if you don't want me pulling this out, but this is like rubbery. It's not I don't use baked shadows or baked powders or baked blushes or anything or bronzers, because when you bake something, that means you heat it. Just so you know, I was a raw foodist for years. I still do a lot of raw food. So I'm well aware of what they do to oils and herbs and things like that. And this is a kind of a gel to powder effect. So it doesn't, we don't bake it in order, because if you bake it, you're ruining all the oils and you put that on your skin. That's free radical damage. That's aging.
So I love the Eyelights Cream Shadow. This is probably one of my favorite products ever. I love the blush. I love the bronzer. I love Living Luminizer, but this is very different. I've tried so many cream shadows. I think I've tried every single one that's on the market right now. And a few things often happen with cream shadows. They end up being too drying. So then they look chalky and strange, or they crease like crazy. Right? This one is amazing because it's quite opaque. It has a beautiful luminosity to it. The color families are stunning and it does not crease. Even with an oily eyelid like me, it really doesn't crease. It really is amazing. So I'm going to pop up photos of women with different skin and hair tones. And can you recommend a shade for the Eyelights and for your favorite products as well? So for the bronzer or the blush or anything that kind of speaks to you.
Okay, the first girl here. Okay, I'm going to say the Eclipse.
Okay.
Do you want me to show you the color?
Yeah, let's see it.
This is a really unique, like a kind of a mossy green, but there's a hint of gold to it. And that would look phenomenal on her. Now, remember, you can apply it full on, or you can blend it out to just a sheer wash of color like that.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
Now, remember, this is very strong looking because we got the lights here and it's really close to the camera. So it's not going to look like that in real life. It also doesn't flake or travel on the skin.
That is so beautiful. What would you pick for her blush?
Yeah, I would do the Crystal Slipper or maybe even the Maiden's Blush.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do our next. Look at
Next
this
girl.
angle.
Okay, let's see. Definitely flare on her. Get that gold really popping. And even the Supernova would look beautiful on her also. And, you know, I have to tell you, I do colors that are very universal. It's not like they're going to stick out and go, oh my God, I could never wear that. People have a hard time choosing which color they would like to wear. And when they try them, they go, oh my God, how do I choose? But another color that would look really good on her, where's the purple one? Oh, Aurora would look amazing on her. It's so elegant though. A lot of people see these bright colors because you remember, this is packaging aluminum. So, you know, the colors are not going to be like it goes on your skin. They're very sheer. This color would look amazing. A little wash of that purple on her skin tone. Oh my God, it'd be gorgeous.
She could even do it as like an accent eyeliner. That would look really nice
Yes,
too.
it works really well as an eyeliner, 100%. And it stays. In fact, it's hard to get off. You know, the best thing to get it off is just a wash of water and it's gone. No little flakes anywhere, nothing, gone. Okay, this young lady, I would definitely say on her, I would say Sunbeam. I love Sunbeam. There's also Moon Dust and also Luster would be really pretty on her.
What would you choose for her blush? Because I feel like a lot of my audience members, they relate to this woman.
I would say, again, the Crystal Slipper would be really pretty. The Mai Tai would probably be very pretty on her also. Or even, you know what would look also, the Kir Royale. Got a slight, that's a beautiful color. That's been our biggest seller. Is that the Crystal Slipper?
This one's Mai Tai.
Oh, that's Mai Tai. Yeah, she would look good on that. So I can hardly tell through the screen exactly what color it is. But the Mai Tai's got this, it's very reminiscent, but my version of Francois Nars's Orgasm.
Yes.
So a little bit of that. Yeah, but I've changed it a little bit, you know?
Less pink.
Yes, exactly. Less pink and less gold sparkles in it, you know?
Yes.
A little bit more subdued to 2024 rather than, you know, that color came out in the 90s. It's a perfect 90s color, man. That color rocked.
Yeah.
Okay, this young lady, definitely I would love to see Blaze on her or even Strobe. And that the Blaze has just this hint of a beautiful soft mauve. And the Strobe is kind of almost like a grayish tone. It sounds weird, but it's a beautiful color. It's one of the colors that I use a lot, actually. I'm just going to pop a little on my hand. I just hate using my hand because I'm old. I'm older. you know?
You're
And so I don't want them to see my wrinkly old hand. Do you want to put your hand in?
Luminizer on it.
I got my young little girlfriend here, my little love bug who works for us. She does all the social media, but this is the strobe. Look at that.
Oh my God.
I love that
so
color.
beautiful.
And that goes on anybody.
That is because it's not orange based. It's like like a neutral gold almost.
It's very, very neutral. It's actually like a silver with a hint of like a mauve, but a kind of little brown. Mink. Yeah, it's a champagne mink with a hint of mauve. How's that?
Oh, that is so sexy. I'm buying that as soon as I get off this live stream.
Yeah, that's phenomenal, that one. That's one of my favorite colors, and also the Supernova, which is it's more like a late 1980s YSL, where she had that dark purple lip and then they had that kind of browny purple eye. That is the Supernova. That just came out. That's a really good color too.
That's what I'm wearing right now on my eyes, you guys.
Oh yeah, you can tell it's gorgeous.
See?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful.
Put on there, honey bun.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so beautiful that is. And remember, you can apply that very lightly too. So
yeah, absolutely. It actually goes on. It can go on like a smoky eye if you build it, but if you don't, it's actually like a wash of it's like a purpley brown. It's beautiful, beautiful.
Exactly. And it's very chic and elegant. It's very high fashion, that color. Like very high fashion.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, a flare, which is our gorgeous color of gold, but also spark would look amazing on her. I'm gonna do it quite big so you can see. Hold on, and then that is the flare. Can you see that would look gorgeous on her? And then this is one of my other favorite colors. And this, sometimes people are scared of this color, but once this is blended in, now this is a brown, but there's this hint of copper. There's like a copper bronzy color to it.
What is that one called?
That one is called Spark.
Spark. Oh, that's stunning too.
So the gray, the flare is more golden, like an antique gold. It's not gold. Gold is tacky. It's more of an antique gold. And then the other one is Spark, which has got that warmth. It would look amazing on her skin tone. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I love it.
And this young lady, well, again, she could definitely wear the Supernova, which I would really like to see on her. Actually, the Eclipse would look amazing on her too. And one of our new, I'm going to just jump ahead here, our new legendary lips in Eve would look really pretty. Yeah, this is the Supernova. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
See how that would look amazing on her.
Yes.
And she has a little bit of a hooded lid, so you don't want to do a light color on the lid because then it's going to stick out more. She wants to do a little bit of darkness. And whenever you put these shadows on, some people do this half moon thing, just like here. I hate that. Take it up and blend it out over your brow. I'm very opinionated. I'm so sorry, you guys. But
I love it.
And take it up and just slightly go over your brow bone. It's going to open up the eye and not make it look so hooded if you just do this little moon thing. So when you close your eye, you look like you have stitches there or something. You know, where all of a sudden it's a color and then it's your skin. So it looks like, oh, there's a big stitch in the middle.
We did get a couple of questions in the live chat about how to apply it. So
okay, I'll show you.
The way that I apply it to not get that moon is I actually use my bronzer in tan lines. I basically carve out the crease with a really fluffy crease brush and I pull and extend up. And then I use this as my accent highlight on my lid, moving into the bronzer. And then I take my brush and I blend all three things together.
Wow, I'm impressed. Very, very good, sweetheart.
That's how I do it. How would you do it?
Now, for the customers that can't understand that, I'm going to make it really easy for you because that's she's a professional makeup artist. Just so you know, you guys, I think you know that already. Here's what I do: I take a little bit on my finger and I will pop it right into the center of my lid, right in the center, right above your lashes, and then just blend it out. Can you guys see that?
Love that.
But isn't that beautiful?
That
it just gives that beautiful glow and catches the light. It's so easy to do, but you have to work fast because this actually dries fast. So you just pop that in and just blend it out. And I love to use a finger, and here's why. Because you have total control. You can feel your skin. Your finger can feel your skin where it is. And you go over that brow bone, so you lift it. Because if you just do it halfway, it's gonna be uneventful. Put it that way.
Yeah, I love that. That's great advice because so many people say to not go over the crease line, but you know, I totally know what you're saying.
Those people don't know what they're talking about. You don't see, oh God. Oh man, people, the thing you see, I tell you, I don't know. Here's one thing to think about. Tell me one big, huge, famous makeup artist is on Instagram giving their makeup tips away. None. None of them are. None. So whoever out there, I'm glad you're so inspired, but some of the things you're telling people to do are actually wrong. So, but it has its place when you do just half. But if you want to open your eyes out and make an effect, you want to also close your eyes and have it blended out. Here's my rule. Everything should be blended except for liner and lip liner and your brow. Everything else other than that should be just blended perfectly.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh
okay,
my God.
So Vicky is asking this because this is a very frequently asked question on the channel. I probably get asked this multiple times a day. I'm so afraid to use shiny or sparkly shadows with my mature eyes. How do you make it work for mature eyes?
Well, back in the day, us mature women, we were scared of the word frosted. Because back in the day, when they did an eyeshadow and all that, they didn't have the machinery they have nowadays to micronize it super fine. So it's getting finer and finer and finer. The thicker the particle that you're putting on your eye, the worse it's going to look on your eyes, mostly as you get older. But this product actually, if you have crepey eyes, put it on very, very, very thin. And it's got green tea extract and quinoa peptide in there. And what that does, it stops the eye from looking crepey or dry. And as long as we don't have shimmer particles, you should be fine. And if you don't like it, I get it. Some people just don't, but you're in for good luck because next year we're coming out with these in matte form with just a hint of satin so they don't look too dead on the eye. And the colors are really unique and cool.
No way. Like how soon?
Yeah.
How soon?
Oh, do you know? I'm not even know if I'm supposed to say anything. I'm probably going to get into trouble. They're going to phone me about, why are you telling people? All the stores are going to go crazy. It's spring.
Oh my God. I cannot wait. I'll make a video for you guys. I promise.
Yeah.
I'll make a video. I'll swatch them. I'll show you them all. That is so exciting.
So Vicky, you will love these when they come out.
Vicky, also, another product that you might really enjoy is this. It's the eye polish. Right? This gives
my favorite product I've ever done.
Okay, you tell it. It's your baby.
No, you go ahead, honey. You're doing great. You get it. I'm going to give you a minute to talk because I talk too much. Go for it.
Literally, they're here to hear you. They hear me all the time. So I get a lot of comments. You talk too much, Gabby.
So do I. Get that all the time too, honey. So the eye polishes actually were one of my first products, along with the Uncover Up and the my two little my eye polishes, my blush, and two other things I can't remember now. But anyway, what they do is they add a dimension on the eye that is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. If you're an older woman, you put that on your eye, nothing will compare to that. And I'm serious. It's so beautiful. And they were discontinued, and we're bringing them back. So they are online. And what they do when I do my colors, I don't just put in one color. I put in a whole bunch of colors. So you could take that wash. Let's see, where's one here? If you pop it on, what it does, it almost has so many colors in, so it looks like your eye is slightly contoured. However, people complain that it does crease. When you have an oil on your lid, it's going to crease. But what it does, it photographs so beautiful that when I did Victoria's Secret and I came out with these, everybody was freaking out because you see your skin through it, but it makes the skin look more beautiful. And I say to people, look, if it creases, just go like this. I'm just using the real pale one. This is the Lunar. And I said, if it creases, stop being so goddamn lazy. Just go like that. Boom. Done. Come on. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, your eyes will never be more beautiful, and it catches the light. And when the light catches the eyes, it makes the moisture in your eyes look more brighter, and it makes you look younger and more youthful and more enthusiastic and more sensual. And that's the whole idea. It's about catching light, not being matte.
I'm telling you guys, if you have crepey eyelids, if that's something that you're really self-conscious with, say you're over 60 or 70, you have, the crepiness there, and that makes you self-conscious, it's dry. You will die when you try this product. I have the color Myth. It is spectacular on a mature eye. I love it. Makes you look so youthful.
Yeah, Myth I wear a lot. It's beautiful. It looks like your eye is slightly contoured. You had a big professional makeup artist come in and just contour your eye perfectly. It does it with a couple sweeps.
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
luminous. It's not too dark. It's magical. It's a magical product. It's very unique. I've never seen anything like it before. And don't be so goddamn lazy.
Yeah, just go like that. Just go like that. But actually, on the mature women, their eyelids dry, so it actually stays really well.
Yeah,
the younger girls complain about it creasing.
Yeah, oily young eyelids, I could see it moving, and but on an older woman, I just don't see that being as much.
No, the older women, it looks amazing. That's their godsend. So get the Myth. The Myth is the best color, and also Magnetic's really pretty, and Lunar. Those are the three we have.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for coming on the live stream. It's been so fun.
Are we done?
That's it. It's been, I've kept you longer than I should have by 15 minutes. Your team is going to email me angrily later.
No, they don't care. They know this usually happens because I just start talking, telling stories. So I'm the culprit that made you stay on longer. So I had the best time. That was fun.
That was so fun. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in and for being a part of this. We really, really enjoyed having you here today.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Gabby. That was fun. We have to do this again.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. You are welcome anytime. When your new Eyelights launch, I'm dragging you back on here. Bye, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you.